my note cards for the speech.
What is the brain and its anatomy, and how does it work? It is like a big computer and processes information that it receives from the senses and body and sends messages back to the body. By being human and being curious about the body itself, everyone wants to know what the brain does. I've been in health science and have done research on the brain as well. Everyone gets curious, trying to know how the body works and all. Today I'm going to define the brain, the main parts of the brain and their functions, lobes of the brain, and what they control, and then deeper structures as well as the cranial nerves. To have a better understanding of the brain, you must know what it is. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, the brain is a complex organ that controls thoughts, memories, emotion, touch, motor skill, vision, breathing, temperature, hunger, and every process that regulates our body. Together, the brain and spinal cord that extends from it make up the central nervous system. Now that you know what the brain is, I'm going to tell you the main parts of the brain and their function. According to Mayfield Clinic, the cerebrum interprets touch, vision, and hearing, as well as speech, reasoning, emotions, learning, and fine control of movement. The cerebellum coordinates muscle movements, maintains posture, and balance. The brainstem does the automatic functions such as breathing, your heart rate, your body temperature, wake and sleep cycles, digestion, sneezing, coughing, vomiting, and swallowing. Going on, the lobes of the brain, though are a little bit different than the main parts, they still control parts of the body. According to Cleveland Clinic, the frontal lobe controls voluntary movement, speech, and intellect. The occipital lobes control how you process shapes, colors, and movement. The parietal lobes receive and interpret signals from other parts of the brain and integrates many sensory inputs to help you understand the environment. Finally, the temporal lobes help you recall on words and places, which basically means your hearing. Going in deeper, there are structures that lie within the brain. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, the structures are the pituitary gland, which is also known as the master gland, as it governs the function of the other glands in the brain, regulates the hormones from thyroids, adrenals, ovaries, plus testicles. The hypothalamus, another structure, regulates body temp, syncs sleep patterns, controls hunger and thirst, and plays a bit in memory plus emotion. Another structure, the amygdala, regulates emotion plus memory, plus is associated with the brain stress and the fight or flight process. The hippocampus supports memory, learning, navigation, plus perception of space. Finally, the pineal gland secretes melatonin, plus responds to the light and the darkness, and regulates sleep cycles as well. The setup is quite complex. I thought he was. Let's keep going. The setup is quite complex with many structures that are different. The The nerves that lie within every structure helping them out is the 12 cranial nerves. According to Healthline, the olfactory nerve sends sensory information about smells. The optic nerve involves vision. The oculomotor it controls the 6 muscles in the eye and the size of the pupil as it reacts to light. The tracheal nerve is involved with the downward, outward, plus inward eye movements. The trigeminal nerve controls both sensory and motor functions in your face. The abducens nerve, another muscle that's associated with eye, is another muscle that's associated with eye movement. The facial nerve senses of taste on the tongue and supplying the glands in the neck and face, sending sensations from the outer part of the ear. The sensories involving hearing plus balance, and then finally the accessory nerve controls muscles in your neck. This is the anatomy of the brain and what makes the brain and how it functions. Today I have shared the anatomy of the brain and how each part works to make the brain so complex and unique. I told you what the brain is, its main parts and their functions, the lobes and what they control, the deeper structures within the brain, and the cranial nerves. My purpose today was to inform you on what the brain is, its anatomy, and how it works. The only way to learn is to listen and do research. So whenever you think about how's my body doing this, how's my body doing that, just take some time to do the research and learn for yourself.